This is Meetpoint Maritime Business News for One Maritime Network.
Meetpoint serves as a global nexus for maritime executives, steadfastly committed to the allure of global maritime entrepreneurship. Our mission is to empower the new generation with the means to engage in trade, whilst nurturing marine entrepreneurship and mastering B2B leadership.
Good morning, guys. Good afternoon or good evening. Good day, everyone, from wherever you may be. We want to specially welcome you on the broadcast for today. My name is Obima Obiako, and I'm your host for today's event on Meetpoint. Meetpoint is an engaging conversational platform, visual platform for maritime experts and leaders globally. Our basic collaborative responsibility is to ensure timely updates and reports on industrial trend and developments in the maritime industry. We have personal reviews and even private journalism on Meetpoint, and we basically are out there as an hub for maritime professionals, fostering growth, all sort of growth, to ensuring that maritime professionals get informative and decision-making, educational program and projects to help them navigate the right path in the maritime industry. You're welcome to today's broadcast. And on today's broadcast, we'll be dealing with one of the most diplomatic initiatives that have left a lot of people dumbfounded. We started with asking the people, our own people, the seafaring, the death row. And today, with the best of the individuals in the maritime industry across several sectors and flagship space, we'll be having to review these challenges and what it takes for you to stand on your toes in the industry. Our theme for today says a diplomatic initiative to ensuring the protection of seafarers, dealing with the 15%. Now, it's over 15% though, but we'll be dealing with the 15% negative narrative against seafarers. We want to ask you, who fights for the seafarers out there? According to record, there are over 3,100 cases, abandoned cases in the industry that nobody is dealing with. 2025, January 2025 records that there are over 3,100 cases that have been abandoned. It means that there are over 3,000 plus seafarers that nobody is advocating for. And today, we have our own advocate, Rahul Vima, and Dr. Bina on today's broadcast to help you, teach you, guide you, and show you the right path as a seafarer or intending seafarer, how to go about your recruitment, what to do, what to know while you are onboarded on a vessel. We're going to be taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll be introducing a very special and honorable panelist, as we're going to be having him introduce himself and get on his section for today's broadcast. Thank you.
Maritime transport is essential for sustainable trade and development. It's a central part of the blue economy, which has enormous potential to promote economic growth and improve people's lives, while addressing many of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. But many countries are unprepared to take advantage of this potential. What they lack and what they need is a coherent and coordinated national maritime transport policy, or NMTP, to guide their planning and decision making. But what exactly is an NMTP?
National Maritime Transport Policy is the articulation of more concrete guidelines and principles that will help a government or a nation to achieve its national maritime vision.
It might, for example, cover maritime safety measures, pollution prevention and environmental protection, port management and expansion, state aid, competition rules governing access to national markets, and how the National Maritime Administration operates. All those involved need to participate in drawing up the policy to ensure they understand it and they buy into it.
Ideally, the state should begin with the invitation of all stakeholders to contribute in that process.
IMO is the UN agency responsible for international shipping and is fully committed to helping countries develop their national maritime transport policies.
Many of the likely benefits are directly in line with IMO's own goals and objectives and will lead to better implementation of IMO conventions.
Well, transport policy focuses on what are the needs of the country in terms of infrastructure, logistics, supply and services to make their ports and shipping grow.
Through its Integrated Technical Cooperation Programme, IMO organises activities to assist countries prepare their national maritime transport policies and, in conjunction with the World Maritime University, has developed a training package for government officials and other senior personnel. The main benefits are growth, job creation, access to market, environment protection, poverty reduction, and strengthening the governance of maritime affairs.
A well-structured and implemented national maritime transport policy can give a country the tools it needs to become an effective participant in the maritime sector.
And you are welcome back to Meetpoint. And right now, behind the stage, we have our own advocate, Rahul. And Advocate Rahul, I've known Advocate Rahul for, I think, the longest time in my profession as a maritime executive. And I have substantial track record of what and the things that he has done in the industry that are remarkably recognized across the world. But not to dive into that, I'm going to be introducing him briefly as he gets on to the show. Advocate Rahul Verma is the founder of Hali Maritime and Legal Service. Is an Indian and an S-Maritime and an S-Master Maritimer. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Hello, everybody.
You're welcome, sir.
Hi.
It's always a delight to have you on the show, sir. And I want to thank you for your patience as the technical aspect of a bit of a longer time today. You're welcome. On today's show, we are dealing with a striking subject. A lot of people have sent messages thanking me for taking up this particular subject and showing their concerns, as today it is being recorded that over 3,100 individuals have been abandoned. 3,100 seafarers have been abandoned by either the vessel owners or the International Transportation Federation is not doing anything about it. So on today's show, on our broadcast map, we'll be having Advocate Rahul get on his aspect of the section, telling us what his experiences are, and regarding the younger generation, what to do and what to know in order for them to avoid situations and helping them navigate the right path in the industry. You're welcome. So let's have you introduce yourself. Let's have you introduce yourself, sir, as we have you dive into the matter. Thank you.
Right. So I have been a mariner before till 2005, and I have been a captain on a ship on oil tanker. And after that, I have been recruiting the crew on board ships and managing ships and ensuring that my crew is safe on the ship, gets paid, and comes back home safely. During this time, I also have done other jobs like training them giving them guidance on how to ensure that they should work safely on board, how they should ensure to identify the problems and mitigate them. Apart from that, ship management, I have been into ship recycling, port management, and looking after the insurance and the P&I claims for the vessel and the cargo. In 2018, I
Awesome.
also became a lawyer. I cleared my bar exams, and I started my own company called Ally Maritime and Legal Services, which provides legal aid and also consulting to companies. And in last 7 years now, we have helped a lot of seafarers, lot of companies, and lot of cargo interest to ensure that they work in the best manner, follow all the regulations, and ensure that they are not on the wrong side of the law. And in case some issue happens, and in case some litigation does happen, then we assist them in order to mitigate them. So,
Awesome.
for the present seafarers, we keep training them, and we have also started a program called Diploma in Maritime Law and Business Operations, which will help them to understand the various aspects of maritime, various aspects of the law as a seafarer, various aspects of admiralty issues, so that they are more vigilant and they are more empowered to take other jobs in shipping and maritime also. So that's all about me for now.
Awesome. In fact, one of the most delightsome aspect of your profile is the fact that you dived into being a lawyer and then getting into maritime education. I, I think, in my own opinion, I think it is a superb way to impart on the next generation. Thank you so much for all you do, sir. So let's get
Thank
on
you.
to today's topic. Midpoint, as I said, Midpoint is interested in certain in intensive, sensational media interviews that will help younger maritime executive and stakeholders get the right information, or journalism to help maritime professionals get the right information, the right knowledge, and the right guidance or mentorship. And that's why most times in most of our programs, apart from the fact that we put up training sections, remarkable training sections that you should not just see them and go by. If you're interested in those courses, let us know wherever you are seeing them from. Let us know if you're interested in those courses. So I'm going to get on to the business for today. The fate of seafarers in jail is a pressing concern, with many facing unjust treatments and harsh sentences, like our own most concerned individual, one Mr. Ali Alabohari, is one of the people that we are trying to fight for. One of the 3,100 seafarers that have been abandoned. So we have to get like 1, 2, 5 persons that we are going to be raising our voices for. But on today's broadcast, we're raising our voice for him and one Captain Marco. So today, a recent case alighted by the International Transport Workers Federation involves Captain Marco Bekova and Chief Mate Ali Alabohari, who was sentenced to 30 years of prison without sufficient evidence linking them to the crime. Now, we have Advocate Rahul, who is a lawyer and an experienced maritime professional and stakeholder. We're going to be leaving this particular section of the event to him. So he's going to be breaking down what may have happened and what may have not happened, and certain keywords that would guide and lead you or give you the right sense to knowing what to do. But before we get him on, I'd like to also press that most of these persons may have been wronged, or most of these persons may have wronged the law, but however, there should be mercy for these people. I don't know if I have the right to say this, but they should be the government, whoever is involved in ensuring that these people are in a safe zone should consider mercy for them. Thank you very much. So let's get you on as you also correct my statement and then help guide others. Thank you, sir.
Yes, today the seafarers always ensure that they only bargain for their salary usually, and they usually do not bargain for the better standards of living that can be provided to them. However, Maritime Labour Convention, which has come into force now, it has ensured at least that many ship owners try to provide at least a minimum basic necessities which are required by the Maritime Labour Convention. One of the most important things as a seafarer that one must do is find out about the company in which they are planning to join and be sure that they have got a good track record. Just like as a shipping company ensures that a seafarer is qualified, has got the proper documentation to go on board, a seafarer should also ensure that the company is good to go or not. In today's time, there are many seafarers who are not getting jobs on a regular basis, and especially the trainees who have to wait for a very long time before they get a job. They can always be very desperate to just get onto the ship, whichever they get, in order to earn some money and also in order to get some sea time so that they can go for their next exams or next certification accordingly. In this desperation, often the seafarer forgets that they are they might be getting into the jaws of tragedy if they do not get into a proper ship. There are many stories where people who are not licensed, the people who are not companies which do not have the proper certification to employ seafarers on board, have taken seafarers, promised them to take them on some ship, and then they have transferred them to another ship. And those ships really do not have a very good state of affairs. Most of them are in not a good condition, and they're just being managed somehow. In these ships, often is the problem which happens. If you take out the list of the seafarers and the ships in which they are stuck and try to find the owners of these vessels, try to find the companies of these vessels, try to find the areas in which they have been abandoned, you will be surprised to see that there is something very common about all of them. And the common aspect is that they would be very small companies or one ship companies. And they do not have a very good track record also. So as a seafarer, the first most important thing that one should do is also find out about which company they are going to join and find out the track record of that company to ensure that they should not have a dark record or something problem over a period of time. So that is the first step which I would suggest we should take ahead as a seafarer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. That was quite brief. We're actually expecting a PDF file for you to point out some things to these people since it is not a lecture, but that was sensitive and very brief. Now, the International or the Transport Workers Federation, I was wondering, Sarah, why are these people left to die, even though we know that majority of the situation, or almost 99% of the situation, came because or happened because the seafarers were, or the seafarers had neglected certain or integral things that they should have looked at from the beginning, but they didn't look at those things. They didn't look at those things, and because they didn't, they were trapped. But however, I don't think the government should totally abandon the seafarers, because the spawning rates is getting out of control. There are a lot of people that died in the process because nobody was even there, or nobody could trace their whereabouts. So this situation is real. It is not some fabricated truth, or it is not some fabricated situation. People are really dying, or people are really being trapped intentionally. And I was actually thinking, why is it that the government is not doing anything about it? We know that this group of people, this consulting houses do this intentionally, or this recruitment houses. According to Ali's wife, she said that when the situation happened, the recruitment house had to change their company name, and then change it into another name. And because of that, they couldn't really file a proper case against them. Now, sir, seeing what the situation has been, sir, what is your take on this as a stakeholder in the industry? What is your take on what has been happening, and what are the chances of getting these people freed? Thank you.
First of all, I can talk more about at least India, less about the other countries. And in India, we are very vigilant in our government. Our DG Shipping is trying very hard to ensure that they educate the seafarers that how they should ensure that they join the right company and the right place. As far as our the government goes, one cannot control an individual if they want to land up into problem. Government has given guidelines on what kind of people, what kind of companies are eligible to hire you as seafarers. First of all, you should comply with that requirement. Secondly, often the companies which are also reaching out to the ship owners, they are not sure that how that ship owner will behave after 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, because they are just looking at providing seafarers, but they do not understand the commercial aspect of the shipping. And if suddenly the ship gets into trouble commercially, for example, if they bought some cargo and that cargo got bad and nobody is buying that cargo, and then the ship owner might think it is commercially viable just to abandon the ship rather than run the ship. Now, in this case, the person who has employed you may not be able to do anything. There are ships which can be sanctioned because of working in certain countries, and then the owner suddenly feels that they don't have a business, and then they might just abandon the ship rather than pay heavy penalty or losses. Now again, what can any person who has employed a seafarer on those ships can do anything about it? However, in case you get into a situation where you are promised one ship, you are being sent on another ship, or as soon as you reach on a ship, you find that things are not in good shape, they are not maintained properly, the food is not there, the salary is not there given properly to others, you can take a call that time, from that moment only, what action you should take, and ensure the authorities are informed. So the government can only act provided you inform them and you seek for help and try to see what can happen. For example, if an Indian seafarer joins a ship somewhere in Persian Gulf, and rather than going on a bulk carrier which he has been promised, the seafarer is sent on some tug off the coast of one of the countries which is sanctioned. Now, what can the government do if you will not inform them what has happened to you? So, more than anything, it is we as seafarers who need to understand what are our rights, what are our duties, what are the ways in which we can get our right, what are the ways in which we can complain, what are the ways in which we can get support, so that in case we land up into trouble someday, we are ready and we can reach out to people who can help us.
Thank you,
So
sir.
that is what my take is.
Awesome. Abandoned seafarers can experience months of unpaid wages, extremely poor onboard condition, inadequate food and clean drinking water as long period as possible, because you are just in a space where it is just you and the knowledge you have. So without proper documentation and right information in your mind or in your head, you could be putting yourself into a death row. Is seafaring a death row? We're still asking this question. I don't think I've gotten the clarity if it is a death row or not. But as we dive into this subject today, we are going to be having to open certain dimension of what really goes on during the onboarding of seafarers on a vessel, and why this ship owners can comfortably abandon the seafarers without the fear of the government. I know that I have certain information, but I don't want to press on the information, or I don't want to press on my own personal knowledge, because I feel like I don't know so much about what is going on. So I'm going to be allowing our mentoring guests to even guide me and help me guide others that have chatted through about the situation and what they should do. Right now, I have certain questions for you, certain questions that has been sent already to you, sir, and I'd like to throw the questions. What role can advocacy play in promoting seafarers' rights and interests? Sir, this question is to you because you are an advocate in the industry. I'm going to point out again. What role can your advocacy play in promoting seafarers or seafarers' rights and their interests?
See, as an advocate, yes, since I am a seafarer, that is why I can understand a lot of things, and I understand many issues that happen in the life of a. I talk of general advocate, it will be very difficult for them to understand what is your situation as a seafarer. It is not possible that I would, on my own locus standi, go around and try to save anybody if they don't reach out to me. So, since I am a seafarer and I'm also making sure that a lot of people know me, that I can help them, that is why a lot of seafarers approach me. They call up, they ask me for doubts, and they reach out for solutions to me. Even I am not such a influential man or a powerful man or political man concerned who can help everybody. However, the one thing which I can certainly do help them is guide them what they should do immediately, and also help the point to be raised to the industry and the people concerned who may help further to take action. So I can at least trigger the action to save them. I can trigger the next movement so that somebody can else help them. For example, I remember somebody called me from Iran and said that he has been duped and he has been sent on a wrong ship where there is no food and there is no, and they are staying in a hotel where they are only giving them bread and only giving them water, and how they are staying there for 15, 20 days and things like that. So I helped him to connect with the Indian embassy. Helped him to connect with some Indian people around, some of my friends in Iran, and I got that person some justice, some food, and some way to come back. So, as an advocate, only if the case comes to the court, only if it comes to some tribunal, then I can be of help as an advocate. But as a seafarer, I can be more helpful to them with my connects and my understanding of the whole situation.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you so much, sir. We're going to go back on that, but I'm going to be pressing on the question. Section 2 says on the case study analysis of Ali Alabohari is case, what went wrong? In your own opinion, I am very certain that you have studied the case. What really went wrong? Pressing on seafarers, the younger seafarers, and telling them that these are the things that you should look at. What went wrong? In my own analysis, I was like, I calculated a lot of things and I thought that the vessel was not just the right vessel, other things had gone wrong, and proper information was not laid out as due when it was supposed to. So that is certainly what must have gone wrong. But from my findings, I noticed, observed, and studied that other things went wrong, but I cannot analyze these things properly because I am not probably a maritime lawyer. And we want to throw the question to you, sir. What went wrong? What went wrong? The criminalization of the international or the international body's constitution states that these people are wrong, but they couldn't like put up a proof that this was the things or these are the things that they had done wrong. So as an advocate, as an independent advocate and stakeholder in the industry, sir, can you tell us what must have gone wrong? Why you've already laid out certain rules and certain things that this younger seafarer should not do. We are throwing the questions at what really went wrong with our case study for today. Thank you.
As I've told you that even though the rules and regulations are there, guidances is there, but often seafarers become desperate to get a job and they are desperate to go on a ship somehow so that they can complete their sea time for their next exam, or they need money because they are not qualified enough to do some other jobs, or they may not get so much of money anywhere else. And because of that reason, they are often allowing themselves to be duped by such agencies, and that they allow these agencies to send them to ships which are not really in good condition, and then they get into trouble out there. Abandonment can mean no food, if no
Water.
water, if no salary, or if no proper communication with the master and things like that, so that the vessel is not a, a, a hygienic vessel to stay on. It is not a good enough vessel to stay on for a normal living of a person. So, if any such condition is seen and the management and the master is not able to take the decision in order to rectify such a situation, you can consider yourself abandoned and take action accordingly.
Awesome. So we want to find out what went wrong on the case of Ali, in your own opinion, sir. And what is your guide to the government?
See, as I'm telling you again, a person who's sending you on a ship is just a person who is a agent of the owner and who does not know actually what is the commercial aspect of the vessel. And because they are not aware about the commercial aspect of the vessel, mostly the ships are abandoned only if they are stopped earning effectively. So any agent who is sending you the details that you have given me are not sufficient for me to exactly tell you pinpoint that what could have gone wrong in the owner's side. What happened on the ship, what happened on the reasons for abandonment, that is clear. But why, that is very difficult to answer till the time I understand what were the commercial issues which were there on that thing. Okay?
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, sir. That is so clear. So, on the statistics of seafarers' fraternity and the incident that has gone wrong and have been going wrong all these years, we want to present the case as a striking situation for other seafarers, but because of other reasons, we are going to be laying that aside, and then we are going to be analyzing other circumstances surrounding his detention and the detention of others. Like the advocate has said, that it is not even in the control of the agents that the seafarer or the seafarers got abandoned. The real situation is from the ship owner. Introducing our second panelist is for this next section as we get on the topic together and have argument as regarding this subject. The impartation of our seafarers' mental and physical health is also in the line. The global situation of these situations that have gone wrong in the industry cannot be overemphasized. Right now, we're going to be looking at the strategies of mitigating the risks and improving seafarers' welfare. As our own advocate Raul said, that these situations is not in the control of the agent that recruited you. It is in the control of the ship owner, not the ship agent, or rather, not the recruiting agent. So you have to be careful. I like to say that you have to be extremely sensitive and extremely informed about certain vessels and their history in the industry. If you want to find out those information, they're easy to get. We'll be dropping certain links on the vessels that have remarkable record in the industry and the vessels that do not. We have certain documents we're going to be displaying on today's broadcast. We also have thought-provoking engagement for our audience today, but we're going to be striving on the call of action. What is the next step for seafarers in the industry? So I want to have you speak as a stakeholder, right? What is the next step for seafarers in the industry? Now, I am totally convinced that seafaring is not a death row. After listening to Advocate Raul, the main situation is the desperation in the hearts of seafarers out there who are not ready to listen and pay certain attention, and they leave the responsibility for their lives on the ITF. The ITF has a lot on their table already. You don't want to have yourself abandoned so that you'll be abandoned by another person out there. So you have to be careful, and you have to be extremely careful and get every record together. You are the first backbone for your own life before any other person. Now, let's get on the call of action for today. What is the next step? After that, we're going to be looking at the impact analysis for awareness and education. As Advocate Raul is the best stakeholder or an advocate that can really talk about. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we're asking, what is the next step? What is, as a stakeholder, we're asking, what is the next step for seafarers in the industry?
Yes. So first of all, the seafarers, I'll come back to the first point, should educate themselves on where to go, what kind of ships to go, which kind of agents to take help, so that the first step is mitigated. The next thing is they should be aware that there is something called Maritime Labor Convention, which is applicable to most of the ships which they will be going to. And the Maritime Labor Convention also tells you that there is your rights on how you should be maintained, how your life should be led, with the conditions which are to be maintained on the ship, so that you can have a hygienic and you can have a decent living on board. Whenever you are getting into a situation, whenever you are getting into any issues which are not seemingly right, if your life is getting threatened, if your existence is getting threatened, you're not getting your salary in time for regular months, please be aware and ensure that your government or your any representative of your country in the maritime world should be informed about it. Many a times the seafarers are afraid to inform something like this because they feel that the backlash can be there and that people will not take them for next job and they might be blacklisted, that this person is very politically activated and does not like to listen and does not like to bear some difficulties like the others who might be doing on that ship. Now, in very rare conditions, it could be that the ship is arrested in some place and the government of that country needs to take care of that vessel till the time it is either auctioned or the vessel is cleared by the authorities. In such cases, also, one should reach out to their respective country embassy. They should reach out to the various non profitable organizations which help seafarers and try to help and seek help from them that what can be done. Every abandonment situation can be different and it can be for a different reason. So it is very difficult to generically advise that what could have happened and what is the right way to go about it. Thus, stick to the basics, stick to the minimum requirements of what you can do, and ensure that you do not delay in raising your voice and raising the concern that you are not being taken care of by the company appropriately. That could be the best way to move ahead for a seafarer. I think the signal. Yes, yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
So
much.
that is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next. Okay. We're waiting for the other. We are waiting for our own the next guest to get on as the signal is okay, is here. Okay, right now we have Dr. Biner Singh, and we're going to be adding him onto. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah,
Good
hi.
afternoon, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Obinma.
You're
Yeah,
welcome, sir.
nice meeting you again. And thanks for addressing such a concern
It's always a
about
delight to have
That's
you.
very nice of you that
Thank you so much, sir, for coming on.
So I can proceed?
So, I'm going to listen to you, sir.
Yeah. Hi, my dear friends and esteemed maritime professionals and stakeholders. It is for me honor to stand before you today and discuss such a pressing issue that affects our industry. The risks faced by seafarers, particularly the unjust criminalization of their roles. You know, the tragic case of Ali al-Bukhari is a reminder of the vulnerability that seafarers endure daily. Now let's talk about risks and challenges at sea. Seafaring remains one of the most dangerous professions in the world. According to International Labour Organization, over 1,000 seafarers are abandoned each year, often left without pay, legal support, or basic necessity. The International Transport Workers Federation ITF report that over 400 seafarers are currently imprisoned worldwide, many without due process. Additionally, the fatality rate in the maritime industry is 21.9 per 100,000 workers, which is far higher than in most other industries. The case of Ali al-Bukhari raises so many questions. What went wrong? So, lack of legal representation, miscommunication between authorities, and inadequate employer support. Wrongfully detained for alleged smuggling, given a 30-year prison term or drug charges without enough proof to connect them to the offense. This injustice underscores the need for stronger legal protections. How can we prevent similar incidents? First of all, we should improve legal frameworks, diplomatic intervention, and employer-backed insurance for legal aid. We can learn from lessons what we have in past and now we can. Seafarers need stronger international advocacy and better protection under maritime law. Let's talk about industry initiatives and solutions. The Maritime Labour Convention provides, as we know, MLC, provides a legal framework, yet enforcement is weak. Technologies such as real-time vessel tracking and AI-driven risk assessment can enhance safety. Unions and organizations like ITF must push for policy changes that protect seafarers from wrongful imprisonment. What can we do? Ship owners must implement legal defense funds for seafarers. Stakeholders should pressure governments to uphold fair trial rights. Most importantly, we must collaborate to create a safer, more sustainable maritime industry. Seafarers are the backbone of global trade, and we owe them protection, dignity, and justice. Let's act now. Thank you. Yeah, Oblima, I can't hear you. You are mute.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was super brief.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So I had pressing questions today, and before we get on, I would like to introduce you to Advocate Rahul Verma. Advocate Rahul, I needed to meet one of my mentors, as you are also, Dr. Bina Singh, and it will be my most delight to introduce both of my mentors in the industry. Yes, so let's get on today's show. So, you know, this situation is super pricey, and according to what Dr. Verma has said on today's show, it was really pressing on the fact that most of these seafarers came through on most of these jobs because of desperation. So because of desperation, they abandon themselves, or they abandon the need to finding out the things, the necessary things that are needed to ensuring that they are safe on the vessel. And according to record, there are over 3,100 plus individuals or seafarers that have been abandoned either to jail or on somewhere in a country where they have no license to be in. So, sir, on today's event, I'd like on a personal note, as a stakeholder in the industry. So what is your take? What is your advice to the younger generation? Because we see that a lot of seafarers, they stay at home for years and they get one job call. And it feels like there's a turnaround. It feels like there's a breakthrough, but it's actually a trap, sir. So what's your take on this? We are trying to strive on the aspect of education and training. They've gotten the right education to be a seafarer and they have the license to stay so, but they don't have the intelligence to know what to do to dive into being in a safe place while they get the job. According to Advocate Raru, he said something that was very striking, and I took certain notes about it. He said this young people, are not responsible as much as the agents are also not responsible. The only person that knows or that can attest to the journey of the vessel is the ship owner. So it is not in the hands of the agent, neither is it in the hands of the seafarer. But however, what is the right guide to ensuring that seafaring is not a death row, but a place for comfort for the next generation or for this present generation? Thank you, sir. So the question is shown to you, sir.
So me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for this question and raising such things. Yeah, sure. You see, seafarer, first of all, when they join any company, they have to know about this company, where they are going to join, and what. Not there should be any temptation for wages or any contract or company. They should first of all do homework. They understand that what is a company background, from where they are coming. So many Indian seafarers, they join in Iran company, and they are now imprisoned. Nigeria, company, because they offered a salary biggest than anyone else. But there is something wrong. But they not understand this, they not find out any information, then join. And then they call Dr. Burma or me or anyone, and they say that, sir, we are in problem. You are yourself problem, because you are creating for yourself problem, you see. They should legal. Where is guys who are working, from where they are coming? For Indian seafarers, I have seen that in India there is more than 1,000 company, but they are forgery company, and they are applying. They are paying them in Indian rupee 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs to get job. But job for seafarer, this is a free job, free, because we are hiring them and we are owing to them, making money, right, in an industry. So why they have to join? And after joining, they keep quiet for some time. They are tolerating whatever with them happening. They have to raise their voice. In my training, when I train onboard formulation cadets, because I have chosen in industry not senior officer, no junior officer, cadets, because they are going to start first step in maritime industry, and they will build our maritime industry in a right way with fair and square dealing. So I'm imbibing in their mind that you should choose, and you should not jump from one company to another company. written in one company where you have a credibility. You know who is Dr. Burma there. You know who is Captain Singh is there. So everyone know you, but you are jumping from one company to another company. Same in your country, Nigeria. Yeah, people are without job. They are agree to accept any job, but whether they are going to have something fair, no. Therefore, I think with me, Dr. Burma agree. This is the thing. Therefore, they are, no, we have to not blame ship's owner. We have to not blame ship's manager. We have to not blame ITF. No, ministry, you are. They are responsible for what they choose. Because first of all, we make choice and then we are responsible for this choice. They pick up.
Agreed. Agreed, Ravi sir. So just to clarify something, it is Dr. Singh and Advocate Rahul. So we were mixing the two together.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for a
so
long time we missed each other. Yeah, so firstly I not recognize you. Then I see, oh, Captain Rahul, Dr.
okay.
Rahul is here. So,
Yeah. Okay, fine. So we know each other very well also. And Dr. Singh has been a known person to me from 2006 that we have known each other. We have
Wow.
worked each other.
yeah.
And
Wow.
Doctor,
Wow.
I have taken crew from Dr. Singh also before, and we have had some very good professional relation. In fact, he has been kind enough to mention my name in one of his book also
Yes, yes.
about where I have shared some of my experience from sea also. So that is how we know each other so well. So as very clearly, he has also echoed the same thing which I told, which I was telling you before, that it is not that there are not laws there, there are enough laws, there are enough guidance, enough things, but it is the people who land up themselves into the net of these scoundrels and people, and without doing their own check, not correct. So one very important thing which I would like to tell you also, along with what Dr. Singh has said, is that uh, there are times when there are ships which are run by very good companies also. I know one very good company which was running from Dubai, tankers, and suddenly in one day they went bankrupt because of some big issue which happened in their company. And their ship was also abandoned for some time, and the people were not getting wages and not getting food and things like that for them also. So it is not always, and I am sure Dr. Singh will tell me in his career of so many years, more than 3 decades, most probably, if I am not mistaken, how many owners or how many ships have been abandoned in from his company. I have been also working last 2 decades, and I have not had any of my ownerships which have been abandoned. And the simple reason is that even as an agent, when I am taking a ship for working with any ship owner, I am also doing my due diligence and making sure that make sure that the relationship with the ship owner, the kind of ships we run, the history of that is good. And we just don't take business because we need some work to do. Just like a desperate sea owner, we are not desperate ship manager or a crew manager that we take any ship which comes to us, any owner which comes to us to give them seafarers. We also do our scrutiny, and I am sure I remember when Dr. Singh was allowing his seafarers to go on my ships, he had asked me 100 questions, that what kind of ship I am sending, where I am sending, who are the owners, when will you pay salary, what is your background. So like that, he had made sure that we also are a good company before he associated himself with us. And that is the key of the whole thing. There is ITF, there are national rules, there is PSC, there is MMD, there is UNCHR. There are so many things which are there. But if you want to go and fall into a ditch, nobody can stop you from doing that. So the laws can be, and we as advocate, Dr. Singh as a philosopher, as a guide, can only teach people how to find right from wrong. if you're very unlucky, of course, it could be possible that even a good company goes bust and then your ships can be abandoned. But that is a very rare case. And most of the time, it is just that the ship is not good, the owner is not good, it is in a commercially bad state, and that is where the problems usually happen.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
rightly
Thank you so
said,
much.
Dr. Verma. Very rightly said that we have no
Sir,
any ships owner
Captain
where
Rahul or Advocate Rahul, sir, Dr. Singh is there. Sir.
yeah, yeah. So, Dr. Rahul, Advocate Rahul, yeah. So, very rightly said that this is a very important. And today, all information available at Google. I don't understand why they are getting again in this, yeah, and thus in such problem. Because first of all, they have no merits to get job. They are incompetent to work. They are washermen. Yeah, they have even not know that where is a fore and aft of ship. Of course, they are paying money someone and they are arranging for them job. That is a thing. That a lot of seafarers from India and Bangladesh and all this area, I see that they even are not, they have no any merits. Who has merits, they will always get job in good company. That's for sure, isn't it, Captain Dr.
Thank
Verma?
you, sir.
Yeah. So therefore, we have to not blame ITF, not blame, because I have also in my life one time I have one ship, that Singapore company, and they have taken from us crew, and they were there for 2 months in somewhere in Vietnam, and then after some time they abandoned ship. They have even not paid our fee as well for tickets, $10,000. But I don't mind, they not pay. But I have insisted them, I have catched them, to pay at least seafarers' wages.
Yes.
Because I am not, I always say we are not manning agent, we are manning partners. And we are taking responsibility to sending, if anyone. We are not telling that, oh, I have sent and that's all. You solve your problem with ships owner manager. No, I am there to solve your problem. That is my philosophy. From first day, when you go to sea and when you come back to your family, this is my responsibility to see you in a safe and sound. That is a meaning of that you have done your job. This is not just to send. So therefore, we have this GMC, Federation of Global Maritime Community, where we have leaders from across the globe, and everywhere I'm addressing to industry that seafarers, we don't need seafarers. We need competent, intelligent seafarers who are responsible and who are solutions oriented and who will not fall for everything to their parents or to ITF or to any authority. They solve their problem on ship. You can imagine today, one of my master called me that Dr. Singh, I have a problem on ship 1 month before, and company is now calling me to office, and I will be punished. I said, you will be not punished. But he said, why company then asking me after 1 month this problem? I said, because there is a procedure. You have to just explain. So we have to support them. But this is a good company, well-reputed company, listed company. But you see, lot of seafarers. You are doing nice job that you are addressing this issue, because people are in industry talking too much, but they are not getting to that point origin from where this problem from these seafarers' parents who are supporting and giving money to provide them job. If you get job with money, everything will be illegal there, because illegal job. You are
Yes,
paying.
sir.
There is both are guilty, because who take money and who pay money. So that is a
Yeah,
thing.
right. One more thing which I will tell you, none of these colleges, none of the STCW requirements, they don't tell you how to swim in with the sharks and how to get your job. They only teach you about the knowledge of the books, but not there are no practical aspects which are dealt with by most of the colleges. That how you should look up a job, how you should identify a good agent, what are the right companies you should join. These are things which are missing. One very important thing which Dr. Singh will agree with me, there are a lot of countries which are issuing certificates without people attending colleges
Yeah.
appropriately, and there are a lot of people who are buying their certificates. Again, I'm telling you, you go back to these people who have been abandoned, and you will find more than 80% of them will be people who have bought these certificates who have no clue. They must be toilet cleaners in the country, and they bought a certificate of a third officer, and they are ready to go on that ship to go as the officer on that ship. They do not have any background of education, they do not have any exposure, but they just know that they bought a certificate and somebody will give a job. In 2 years' time, they will recover the money. Now, what will government do? What will your national government do if you do something like this? How can they help you?
How?
So there are many COCs, many certificate of competencies which can be bought by paying money
Yes.
without proper experience and all.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Singh, please.
Obama, here required to educate them. As I have started this training, because in maritime industry, I have started first this training of soft skill training to cadets. And this is not just a soft skill training to make them leader or make them more professional. This is that they have to be educated what is right, what is wrong for them. And
Yes,
we
sir.
are explaining, I'm explaining with example, because I have dedicated my whole life. I will be next year 50 years old, dedicate whole my life
Wow.
to maritime. I came to Odisha 16 years, and from that time I'm dedicating whole my life to seafarers for their fair and square. And now
Interesting.
only there is a scratch of some surface. There is a lot of things we have to do, but we have to create new generation where we can create cadets who are getting more problem with job. But there is not problem with jobs. There is problem with themselves. They are not cracking exam. You can see in Indian company, Indian owners. I mean, like a Synergy, Anglo Eastern, and other the company. They have a plenty of ships. They don't have enough job for them. They have, but they have enough job for only professional, competent, modern seafarers. In India, don't see population. You see where is cream, where is main surface of competency, merits. That is a
Yes.
lack in India, merits among seafarers. There is very less percentage of sea because also there in India more than thousands of academy and college men in college. What do you think? They are educating them? Not. They are not educating them. They are making money. See. So in your
Uh,
country, yeah,
well,
and
Dr. Singh, I would like to also say that yes, there are many institutes in India also. There are many RPSL holders in India also. There are most of them are very good, but only a few of them which are there, which are creating the whole racket. And it's because
they
of
are
the
making
few
right.
of them, there are few of them, the whole industry is getting spoiled.
Yes, yes, that is a thing.
Sir, our host is too much excited and too much anguished, I would say, and her expressions are very different. So I think we should just let her ease a little bit because I can see in the eyes
Seriously,
and
I'm in
the way
shock.
she has got engrossed into the
Yeah.
whole thing.
No, yeah, yeah, because this is
Dr.
emotional
Sir,
talk, and
I mean,
this
Yeah,
should be delivered to
yeah,
cadets and
she
seafarers.
is.
Yeah,
Even
because
she
it's
is very
pressure.
emotionally charged with this. I can see that she is very emotionally charged and she can understand the feelings that we are expressing through our words. and that whatever we are trying to do. Yeah.
I thank you so much, sirs. I realize that over 70% of seafarers, I mean graduated seafarers, do not have any idea of the things that you are telling us today. And if I'm this shocked, I've been on a lot of interviews about maritime jobs, seafarers' jobs, but there are certain things that are being mentioned here today that I have likely not heard in this manner. They are jobs, but they are almost less quality seafarers for those jobs. I've heard this once, but not in this manner, sir. So the people out there that are being caught as seafarers may likely not be our own people. Let's say 50% of them are those that have fabricated certification for the industry, and they are being laid out there and being mentioned as seafarers. Why? They don't have the documentation and the license to be seafarers. And the other half are those that are totally ignorant of the system of how to get a good job. Notwithstanding, sir, I'd like to throw this question. What is the take for the government as regarding these situations, especially for those that got into this trap out of ignorance? What is the government doing for them? Because these people cannot live their life in, especially those that were jailed. What is the government? What can the government do for them? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, in India, I think DG shipping is there looking after about documents. Yeah.
Correct. Sir, allow me to first say,
Yeah, sure,
see,
sure.
one big problem which happens is that admiralty law and maritime is a big issue of jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means where the ship has been caught. So let us say there was one famous case in Korea where one of the ship which was anchored, and there was another ship which was coming and drifting, and it hit the ship and it caused oil pollution. There was no mistake of the ship at anchor, but the only problem was that the other ship came and hit it and it punctured its tank and some oil went into the sea. Now, this is an operational mistake and not a criminalized mistake, not a mistake by intent done by the master and the crew of that ship. However, the country, the where it happened in Korea, they said no. The master of this vessel is supposed to be responsible for his ship, and thus whatever happens on the ship from the ship is his responsibility. And because of that reason, that master was kept in prison for quite a few years, and no government, no big, and he was from a very reputed company. He was an Indian. So the Indian government, the company, everybody, even the ITF and everybody tried a lot. But they said the jurisdiction of this country is here. The master was on the ship. It was his ship, and his ship has caused a problem. So he is responsible for it. Now, this is what is called criminalization of seafarer, where we are doing a job on a ship. We do not go to a country to spoil that country. We do not go to a country to cause problem to that country.
Intentionally.
We are going to that country only to deliver goods. Now, if some mistake happens, it is an operational mistake. It is not a crime that I had come and do. It was not a mens rea. Mens rea means, a legal term means, where you have the intention of doing something. When people were in the aeroplane and they went into the Twin Towers and hit it, they had the intention of getting that plane into that building to destroy many people and the plane. But if we go and have some problem on a ship and that ship collides or something happens, we have not intended it. It is an operational mistake. For example, just now the interview is happening and suddenly your connection goes off and you cannot carry out that interview. Will your company send you to the jail because you did not?
No.
It's an operational issue. It's not a crime.
Yes.
So whatever a seafarer does, we need to understand that it is an operational mistake and not a crime that the seafarer wants to commit. And that is why the way a seafarer should be looked is not from the criminal law books of a country, but in a different aspect, as a person who's coming on a ship and doing his job,
His
and
job,
should be
exactly.
considered that way.
Yes.
So this is a different aspect of abandonment. This is not from abandonment, but it is criminalization of seafarer that I'm talking to you right now, in that angle.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
Yeah.
what is the take of the government on this? Because there are
The
two
governments, all
situations.
governments have their own laws, and they say we follow our own civil law for you also. We don't have any special law for you. We only
Yeah.
follow the civil law for you.
Captain Dr. Burma is rightly said, this is not responsibility of government. This is responsibility of even, I have raised last year when I met in IMO also this, what they say, that they are secretariat. They have nothing to do with this. IMO, they are not regulator. They are secretariat. You can imagine what they say. When I ask them that can you assist Ukrainian seafarers to get their seaman book extension and passport because government banned due to war, they say no, we can't do anything. You see, so no IMO and government is not interested to do this because government want that they go and fight. But because government even not declare Ukrainian government that they are key workers. Seafarers are not key workers for Ukraine. You see, so there is a lot of things, a lot of unfair things in this industry. But slowly, educating these guys, cadets, who are going to tomorrow steer the ship, steer the company, and they will be in company tomorrow and DG shipping and Nigerian shipping and everywhere. Yeah, they will only change because we know that always any prosperity growth go bottom to up, culture come top
to bottom.
Top to bottom. So therefore, we have to create and educate this new generation with all these things and what we are doing. So
Awesome.
therefore, no need to worry about this because they have to worry who are already in prison. Yeah, of course, there is so many cases unfair where seafarer there is no any fault. They have even chosen right company. They have chosen everything rightly.
Correct.
Because I can bring you one of example that I was associated with another company from this 25 years ago, and Greek company. They have 5 years work very well. When they have bankrupt, they abandon ship. They left seafarers without salary and everything, nothing. So therefore, I have always about Greek. I was very cautious. But now when I have visited Greek, they are modern. They are very responsible. I have met their 20 company, and I see that how they are responsible, how they are punctual, how they are fair, and how they are giving their vessel to like a company to Synergy and Anglo-Eastern Fleet Management to manage. You can imagine. So this is a things which is changing slowly. Because 25 years before, if you get to Greek market, there was a lot of such things.
Chaos. Lot
Indian
of chaos
market,
was there.
but now change takes time. Like that we can't write in same way as we write with right hand, with left hand. But if we practice every day, one day it will come when we can write with left hand like a right hand, right? So need to have practice and need to have this to address these things because I'm continuously, addressing this issue to IMO and other authority. But when I see that they can't do anything, so just to go there and say that, yeah, you know, nothing. this is
To
nothing.
enjoy the company of people. That's all.
Yeah,
Other
enjoy the
people.
company of people. We can enjoy in North Shipping and any seminar or any, just a place, but not to go and address, because they are, I can say, this is a handicap.
Toothless tigers.
Handicap.
Hmm.
Therefore, we can't blame for everything to government. Government, they are doing their job. They have already recognized India and all this whichever country in a white list. That's all, but nothing more. So, Obnima, I think concluding this our today's session, I can say that they are responsible themselves. Of course, there is unfair
Yeah.
cases where we can step out, we can go out of the box and to solve them. But there is there is no any fire without fog.
Yes.
That is it.
Right.
Yes.
Thank
You
you
so
so
much, sir.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah.
These sections were super informative and educative. So
Yeah.
I would
Now,
really like.
now your part of equation that to deliver this our today's session to every each seafarer, that they can be cautious, because we are here as a advocate for them, but not
Yes.
advocate. I can say we are as a mentor for them. We are their
Yeah.
good wisher, because we are
Yes.
also
Well said.
seafarers, right? I always say in
Yes.
all my training, the seafarers, you are not Ukrainian, no Indian, no Nigerian. You are
You are a
seafarers.
seafarer.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seafarers are world citizens. They are key workers, and
Yes,
they should
yes.
be treated in a very special way, and not just only in a way that they are just from one nationality. And as I very specifically said, their mistake should be considered as an operational mistake, not a criminal mistake. That is the most important thing. And to conclude my one liner, as a seafarer, be responsible for yourself, be sure where you are going, do your checks. If you go and still you see a problem, make sure that you know whom to call, whom to inform, so that the best action can be taken. God forbid, in case you really fall into a genuine problem, I'm sure God and others are there to save you, and people like Dr. Vinay Singh are there
Amen.
who can be approached
Amen.
and who will always guide them to do right things accordingly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you
it's
so
great.
much,
Yeah,
Saz.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
this
See,
is super
yeah.
Thank
informative.
you.
And
Thank you so
like
much, Saz.
Obnima, such we have a moderator that who are so emotionally moderating. So
Yes,
we were not expecting such discussion.
emotions, such
Emotion,
emotions.
but emotions come at spot. That is the thing.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Right.
Jenny. So,
Thank you.
Dr.
Thank you very
Singh,
much.
Dr. Singh, you know how I've been so emotional right from the beginning. I remember my first interview with you, and it was a situation on Seafarers. I think we were building a mentorship program. And then in that interview, you were like, Obima, why are you so compassionate about this? And I didn't have anything to say. But a lot of people are being misguided. And then it'll be a super plus if we have like a body, an organization to help these people. So when they get to me, I'll refer them. Just go to Dr. Singh, go to Advocate Rahul, just put up a chat there, ask him what you should do. Don't come to me.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
the
Ebnima, one thing, go to Dr. Singh, but not when you already in problem. Before
When you're
problem,
already in the ditch, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
before
okay,
to
sir.
prevent problem, because they put on them something, and then he say that please get me out from here. I can't go there and out. Yeah, right.
Okay.
So you have to not put yourself in problem. That is it.
Okay, for
Right.
prevention, go to for the right education and prevention guidance mentorship.
Yes.
Please go to Dr. Singh. I'm putting it
Go,
out there.
go
Go to Dr. Singh
no,
and
also
advocate
go to
Captain Rahul.
advocate Rahul Barma. Yeah. So
Yeah. Sure,
it's a
sure, sure.
nice meeting. I was not aware that Dr. Barma you will be here, but it's nice meeting, and thanks, because
Thank you, sir.
I was trying to recognize who is there now speaking. So now Understand?
You
Yeah.
remember. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, sir.
I remember. You always you are at side of seafarers and for legal things, authorities. So that's great.
We
And
have met in, I'm also a part of DG Shipping as a maritime expert for some project there also. So I keep meeting the DG Shipping people also, and I keep discussing with them how the seafarer side can be improved and how legally we can help seafarers. So I'm fortunate that I'm connected to the industry, at least in India, very well. And I help to take things ahead in a positive way for a continuous improvement. So thank you very much for calling me on this show. And we hope that we will have some other areas. And Dr. Binay Singh, I will also share with you for your seafarers. I started a diploma in maritime law and business operations course of 6 months, in which we talk about the various aspects of maritime, including ship finance, ship recycling, chartering, pre-purchase, agency, crewing, technical management. So also seafarers can understand all the facets of shipping logistics and learn what they can do in the future as a career once they want to stop sailing. So I will also share with you. Please take
yeah,
care
sir,
of that. Right.
please share. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in India. So
When are you? Are you coming soon?
no, in few months, yeah, we'll be there.
Please let me know, and we'll be happy to meet up.
I will let
Right.
you. Also, I have tried to go to Nigeria, but as of now, I not see any.
So I can't wait. I'll be receiving you, sir. I can't wait
No,
for you to come to Nigeria.
you are their advocate for seafarers, so I think that you can manage with them. Nigeria, this is a things where we have to focus, not start on a starting point to to create, as I say, new generation. Only new generation will change everything in Nigeria or any country. Impossible. Who are there, they will not change. They already get used to. They finding in discomfort comfort. You get my point?
Yes, sir.
They already in discomfort, but they feel comfort. So they are not getting out of the comfort zone. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great.
Yes, Obama. Any last point from you? Or we can say bye.
Yeah.
I just want to throw out this to the audience. You will never get whatever we had just talked about here on this broadcast anywhere else. I've listened to other people tell 4 stories about what is really going on. But if you are just getting on today's broadcast, I would like you to go back 45 minutes after this broadcast and listen to everything our mentoring guest has thrown out to you today. Don't get out there uninformed. Do not, as a seafarer, whether you are a maritime professional, you're a seafarer, or you are in the industry, just ignorantly doing your own thing. Get the right information and know what is really happening, so that you don't throw in the wrong information to the younger generation. It is all of our responsibility to ensuring that this industry is moving in the right pace. For every other person in the government, we're looking forward to getting an update from the convention that's already been laid out or ruled out for seafarers. We're looking out to getting a better rule law to helping this people, or this our own people, the seafarers, work better. And God bless everyone that will see this event, or that have been part supporting this event. And we are looking forward to getting our mentoring guests on for other of the shows that can help you or guide you know what to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Bye.